Admiral James Reed stood on the bridge of the EFS Retribution, his weathered face illuminated by the glow of tactical displays. Behind him stretched the largest military armada in human history, minus 700,000 warships of varying classes, from nimble corvettes to planet-cracking dreadnoughts. The fleet extended far beyond visual range, detectable only as countless pinpoints on the tactical overlay. "Status report," Reed commanded, his voice betraying none of the fury that had driven humanity to this moment. "All vessels accounted for, sir. Hyperspace calculations complete. Awaiting your order," replied Lieutenant Wilson from her station. 3 weeks ago, Nova Terra, humanity's most populous and prosperous colony, with 15 million souls, had gone silent. When the reconnaissance teams arrived, they found only debris and radioactive dust. There were no survivors. The attackers had left a single marker buoy in orbit. Its message was simple: the weak shall perish. Within hours of confirmation, Earth's unified government had enacted the Extinction Response Protocol. Every military vessel, whether active or mothballed, was recommissioned. Automated shipyards across the solar system switched to wartime production. Humanity had been pushed to the brink before, during the resource wars of the 22nd century. But this was different. This was existential. Admiral, Captain Morgan approached with a data tablet. "Final intelligence report. We've confirmed the attackers are the Vex Imperium. Long-range scans indicate their homeworld has significant defenses, but nothing that can withstand our numbers." Reed nodded. The Vex were an ancient species, technologically advanced, but with a rigid caste system and religious devotion to cleansing what they deemed lesser species. They had likely expected humanity to cower, to negotiate, perhaps to offer tribute in exchange for survival. They had gravely miscalculated. "Open fleet-wide communications," Reed ordered. The communications officer nodded. "Channel open, sir." Reed took a deep breath. "This is Admiral Reed to all vessels. Today we carry the memory of 15 million murdered humans. Today we show the galaxy that attacking Earth's children has consequences." His eyes hardened as he continued. "The Vex Imperium believed they could cull us like cattle. They thought us weak. They will learn that humanity does not bow. We do not break, and we do not forgive." A pause, then. "Execute jump sequence. All ships, weapons hot upon arrival." The massive fleet vanished into hyperspace, leaving only distorted space-time in its wake. High Cleric Tor of the Vex Imperium stood in the sacred chamber, his scaled appendages raised in ritual prayer. The cleansing of the human colony had been declared a success by the military caste. The priestly order had blessed the operation as necessary. The humans were spreading too quickly, becoming a potential threat to Vex dominance. The warning had been delivered. The humans would retreat to their home system, chastened and fearful. Perhaps in a few centuries, when they had learned proper deference, the Vex might permit them limited expansion under supervision. An acolyte burst into the chamber, violating sacred protocol, an act punishable by death. "Forgive me, High Cleric." Emergency transmission from the orbital defense net. Before Tor could respond, the chamber's lighting flickered. Then alarms began to wail throughout the complex. Tor rushed to the communication panel. The orbital defense commander's face appeared, panic evident despite Vex physiological differences. "High Cleric, we are detecting massive hyperspace disturbances. Thousands, no, hundreds of thousands of vessels emerging. They're human warships, more than we believe their entire civilization possessed." Tor felt a cold dread. Impossible. Their species is primitive fractious. "Sir, they're deploying an attack formation. Our outer defenses are already..." The transmission dissolved into static. Reed watched impassively as the first wave of Earth ships tore through the Vex orbital platforms. Humanity had studied the Vex for decades, cataloging vulnerabilities while maintaining a facade of technological inferiority. "Their primary defense grid is down," reported Tactical Officer Lopez. "Ground installations attempting to come online. Target all planetary military installations," Reed ordered. "Civilian centers are to remain untouched." This was not genocide. This was justice with surgical precision. Humanity would not become what it fought against. The Vex military caste was offering fierce resistance, but they had prepared for a limited engagement with a lesser power, not an overwhelming assault from a civilization fighting for its very existence. Sir were receiving transmissions from multiple Vex factions requesting immediate ceasefire, Communications Officer Taylor announced. Reed's expression didn't change. Put them through. The bridge display showed a Vex official, its posture submissive. We seek peaceful resolution. The attack on your colony was unauthorized. We offer reparations. You offer nothing. Reed interrupted coldly. The time for diplomacy ended when Nova Terra burned. Now you will surrender unconditionally. Within hours, the Vex military infrastructure lay in ruins. Their fleets were atomized, their command centers reduced to craters. The civilian population remained unharmed, but witnessed the total dismantling of their empire's power. 1 week later, Reed stood before the Vex High Council as they signed the terms of surrender. Earth would establish a permanent military presence in Vex space. The religious caste that had sanctioned the attack was disbanded. The Vex would pay reparations for generations. As Reed departed the council chambers, he received a message from Earth Command. New colonies were already being established, including one at the site where Nova Terra had once orbited. It would be named Remember. The message contained one final note. The fleet remains deployed. It will not be caught unprepared again. Reed looked out at the stars. Humanity had been forged in adversity long before reaching space. The galaxy had just learned what Earth had always known. Humans did not start fights, but they certainly finished them. The universe would remember the lesson.